Welcome to Roots Ruminants, your podcast for creative and innovative use of farm, pasture, and rangeland. We're going back to the basics of raising and grazing livestock, growing your own forage, and practical land use.
I can't believe we're really back.
We're back.
It is happening. After a little bit of a hiatus,
Yeah.
we're back in action. My name is Justin Fruechte, and I'm here on the Roots and Ruminants podcast with Jared. Do you say it Knock?
Yeah.
Jared
Knock.
Yep.
It's
Jared Knock.
K. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And we will be your hosts for the Roots and Ruminants podcast today.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking time to listen to us again. We're taking a little bit of a break here with busyness and everything, but boy, it just wouldn't feel right ending out the year if we didn't go back to our annual New Year's predictions podcast. So I think we started this this was the first year we started the podcast to do this, and Courtney was still our marketing director, right?
Yep.
Okay, so fun
Back
story
in
about that.
2010, something like that.
2010, yeah. So was it Saturday night? Anyway, Saturday night, I was having supper at the local bar, and I was the waitress there. Her family does a lot of horse stuff, whatever. I was like, okay, we got this colt that was born this spring, and it's a Percheron, it's a Halferling mare and a Percheron stud. So it's like the thing is bred up to full parts, right? Like that's what it should do. It should be a draft horse. We'll probably put a saddle on it at some point, but it's needs to have a cart. So I'm looking, and she's like helping me on Facebook Marketplace figure out like, oh, let's look up there quick. Found one, and it's Jared, Courtney's husband. It's on Facebook Marketplace selling a pony cart. And I remember like Courtney not like really being a horse person, right? But remember when they took over their acreage, up to his grandpa's acreage, they had all that stuff out there, and they like finally get to the back shed. So then anyway, I texted Courtney to see if they had the harnesses with it. So I hadn't talked to her in years.
Yeah.
And then of all things, finding a pony cart to use this spring to train a colt.
So you did that? You bought the cart and the harnesses?
We're still working on the cart. They don't know if they have the harnesses or not.
That's pretty cool.
So I kind of want the harnesses to go with. Otherwise, I might have to get a different option.
It's stories like this why we brought the podcast back.
Yeah. All comes back.
I would have never known about this.
No. Anyway. Okay, so annual predictions. We do it every year.
So I went through 2025's podcast and wrote down our answers because we have to go through those to figure out who was most correct in all of their predictions.
Yes.
So like last year, we have producer Grace on. So she's going to kind of go through these, and there's a lot. So we kind of picked through some of the best ones. Some of them are actually, what's fun about this is it starts to make you think about what was happening a year ago. And,
did I predict that Taylor Swift was going to get pregnant? Did I predict
sure enough did. Yeah.
I did.
She's not pregnant.
She is.
Shut up.
I thought there was a thing on the internet that said she was.
Engaged, not pregnant.
Can you confirm that?
I will confirm it.
Okay. I think she's pregnant.
Do you guys want me to keep score?
Of course.
I was probably like the first one to know.
Jared's breaking the news.
She's keeping a small circle right now, I guess.
I think a lot of people tune in to get their pop culture news
from this. Yeah, from this.
That's our list for sure.
Yes.
Well, since we're talking about that, we should just start with that one.
All right. That was on here.
It was predictions about Travis and Taylor's relationship. Jared said that she'd be married and pregnant. Justin said they'd break up in March.
Oh.
They were engaged in August.
And still no news on that baby.
No.
So you probably get a half a point.
Well,
you were more right than I am.
You get a half point.
I have like 31 more hours too. I mean, it's not the end of the year yet.
It's true.
Okay.
The news is going to come out on New Year's
then
Eve.
You can get a full point.
Okay, I'll get a half point and then maybe upgrade to a full point. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Next we had oat prices. Had $3.11. Justin had $3.05. And in Esteline, they are currently $3.03.
Oh.
I'd say that's a point for Justin.
Yeah, it's a point for Justin.
I'll take that point.
Full point.
Big oat year
Big oat year.
for yields. But remember how many people left stuff in the windrow and couldn't get it for weeks and weeks and weeks?
Many.
Oh my gosh, that was an ugly little August we had. It was so wet and dewy. And
Harvest conditions will probably be the number one factor for reduced oat acres next year.
yeah, but yields were outrageous.
I know. People should still do it.
Was there a payment? Remember I think we talked about there was going to be a large payment for oat acres, like
So there was-
$70 an acre.
Last time it was $80 an acre, and like some of the prediction models out there, like from University of Illinois and stuff, are predicting 70, but I'm not sure where they're coming up with that exactly. So they haven't announced that yet. We're supposed to have it the 19th of December, but they haven't announced the per acre, whatever acronym this payment is. The bridge payment. The
That
bridge
one.
payment.
Gotcha.
It's the bridge to the golden age of agriculture. As soon as that payment comes, we will be at the gates of the golden age of agriculture. And then we pass through with that payment, and then everything is great.
That's
Isn't that awesome?
true. No,
Isn't it? This sounds
bad.
good. Sounds amazing.
That sounds really short term.
Yeah. Fundamentals don't really hold that for most anything that's a plant or a pig or a dairy cow or a chicken or a turkey, unless it's a cow. But anyway.
Next one,
Yeah.
we had FCS championships. You both said USD versus SDSU, but Jared also added that it'd be SDSU by 16 touchdowns.
That
That
didn't
did not
happen.
happen. No.
That didn't
Not
happen.
no, neither of them are in the championship. The championship is still going on, or still yet to play.
Yeah, it is
Montana
Montana
State.
State. Montana? Or no?
Illinois State.
Illinois State.
Because they upset the Bison.
Yeah, that game's on Monday.
Okay.
How about James Madison? They used to be like a contender in the FCS. You know what I mean? They were always up there, kind of like in the top 5, like always in the mix. Then they made the national FBS playoffs like 2 years later. I mean, they got smoked, but still.
Yeah.
Good for
Probably
them.
shouldn't have been in the playoffs.
I don't know.
I think there's a lot better teams that didn't make playoffs.
Probably, but like just be in the top 10. You know what I mean? You're all playing each other. Like
Yeah, that's true.
to win the college football championship, you pretty much should be undefeated, close to it, all the way through. Like you can't
Yeah.
have 2 losses to complain because you're not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you get a $30 million NIL like package, and you're like whining about the fact that James Madison gets to go with less NIL money because you have 2 losses and they don't. Like, come on, just let me play. I'm not very sympathetic. How crazy is college football now, though?
I know.
Now you shouldn't even bet on teams anymore. Like as schools, you should just bet on coaches because the players play for the coaches and not for the actual schools they're attending. Have you seen the stats on Iowa State? They have 17 people left on their roster after the portal.
Oh, I didn't know it was that low.
17?
Yeah, I saw a huge list though.
They have 1 returning starter. 1
Poor Jimmy Rogers.
on the roster. Well, he'll bring his people in. Well, his SDSU people that went to Washington, his Washington people that come to him, and like honestly, like the coaches should just form their own team. Like you play for Jimmy Rogers. Like it shouldn't even be affiliated with Washington State, Washington, or SDSU or Iowa State. Just the Jimmy Rogers college football team, traveling college football team, like the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, we'll just go around wherever, play whoever. It's so silly.
Yeah, it is right now.
It'll
shift.
My prediction is that you see by next year silly, ridiculous numbers, much more so than now for college football coaches, because they'll have to figure it out that like if you can't keep your coach, you won't keep your team. So it doesn't matter what you put out for NIL. If you can't keep your coach in the same spot for 5 or 10 years, you can't build a team at your school. So football coaching salaries at the top 10, 20, 30 schools, top 4 conferences are going to be insane.
They already are insane.
You're going to see more of what you saw from Harbaugh, from like professional football coaches drop down into college because it'll pay better than pro football teams. That's my prediction. You will see by next year several professional college football head coaches take college jobs. And not for like the Bill Belichick reasons. That was a little bit of an odd one, but
that was quite weird.
Yeah. A lot of weird stuff going on with Bill right now. We don't need to bring it up. I will make a prediction that Bill breaks up with his like 22-and-a-half-year-old girlfriend by next year.
I think they're gonna get married.
No,
I think she's
way.
gonna get pregnant. Okay. It's another prediction. Okay, I predict they break up, and you guys are saying they're going to get married.
I'm saying engagement.
Justin's out of this.
It's so weird to even think about. I don't get it.
You don't get it? Okay.
Mm-mm. I get it from Bill's perspective. Good for you, Bill. The young, what's her name? Is it Jordan or something like
I
that?
have no idea.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Never met her. It's never met her.
There's not enough money. I mean, flip it around, Jared. If you're, how old is she? 28?
I don't
She's
know.
like
She's older than
22. Or like
No, I made that up. She's older than that, isn't she?
I think she's like maybe
I think she's
like 24.
She's 24 and he's 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, all like late 60s.
That'd be like me, Dave.
What? Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, there is younger people with money that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? FCS football.
Yeah, we
predictions.
we got that, I think. It's hard to predict, so we're not really predicting this game winner, right? We know it's Illinois State, Montana State.
This would be easier than trying to predict who's going to be in it.
Okay, Montana State.
I'm going to go with Bobcats, yeah. Go with Cats. I want that point.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Next question.
Yep.
Number 1 country music artist. Jared had some wild answers here. He said Pony Bradshaw and Red Clay Strays, which that one's valid.
Red Clay Strays kind of blew up, okay?
Yeah.
I was close on that one. Pony's still hanging out there.
Mm-hmm. Justin said Morgan Wallen. I said Zach Top. And it was Morgan Wallen. Point for Justin.
Morgan Wallen.
I'm going to win the game, not really who I want to be the number 1 country music artist.
I'm going to go with Nicholas Jamerson. Obviously.
How do you know? Where do you come up with these guys?
There's a couple guys on Twitter, on X, that I follow that, like, I don't know, sit in their mom's basement and listen to all the new releases from all the obscure artists, and then, put detailed descriptions of what they sound like, so you don't have to listen to something that's bad. And then you kind of pick around there. That's what I do.
Zach Top made a, I don't know, surge onto the scene.
He had a good year.
Yeah.
He's doing all right.
Yeah.
Doing all right. If I would have said Red Clay Strays as breakout artist of the year, I think that would have been.
Yeah.
I could have got
I would
a point.
agree.
Can I get a half point for Red Clay Strays?
No.
Just coming out of nowhere? No.
No.
Quarter point? About a tenth of a point.
You can go a quarter of a point.
Quarter, cool.
All right. Corn prices. Jared said $3.81 a bushel. Justin said $3.75. They are $3.95.
Oh, I was righter.
Cash corn, I think in Aurora was $3.95. That's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
We'll give Jared a point for that.
Yeah, he's closer.
I'm gonna say $3.74 next year.
Justin?
$3.95. Same.
Also, I'm gonna make a side prediction that we plant over 100 million acres of corn for the first time since like 1935 or something, 1950. First time since the soybean era, the start of the soybean era.
Yeah. You're going to see acres shift from soybeans for sure.
Mm-hmm. And more from cotton, more from sorghum.
We have some like drought, flood, PP questions coming up, but even like from last year to this year, things are set up pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we did have the flood or drought.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't really know the answer of what really did happen, to be honest with you, because I think it was kind of different in your area than my area.
We were pretty much the most. It's like the most excess moisture you can get without really calling it a flood.
Okay.
Like everything got planted, everything eventually got harvested, but wet.
And here it was just perfect.
Really.
We had like 3/4 of an inch of rain every week. It was the most perfect growing season we could have ever asked for.
Yeah.
So I said drought then a flood, and you said drought by a drought. And
That was way wrong.
nope, no drought.
Not really hardly anywhere.
So I don't think either one of us was right.
No.
No points.
0 points. Okay.
PP acres, Jared said 4.2 million. Justin said 4.2 million.
Ooh, I got
Or
that.
2.7 million.
Yeah.
There was still 2.7 million acres.
So this one was really hard to find.
Yeah.
But that is the best answer I could find. Was 2.7. It's pretty low. Or I mean sort of low.
So that's exactly in between our answers.
Yeah.
Can
But
we
yours
pick
is really low. 1.2 is crazy low.
Yeah, but yours is really high by the same margin that mine is low. Like
Yes, this is true.
Grace, what's the points on that one then?
We'll just say half a point each.
Okay, I was going to give us each 10 points.
Sounds like a participation room, but I like that better, Jared.
Do you want a points update?
Yeah.
Jared's at 2.25.
Yes.
Justin's at 3.
All right. Still plenty of game left.
Yeah, my favorite question of the whole thing. Price of an 80-pound feeder pig from Menlo, South Dakota.
Jared said $1 a pound. Justin said 85 cents a pound.
Okay, so I went back and I looked at market reports from Menlo.
Yep.
The closest thing to an 80-pound pig was a 61-pound feeder pig. And it brought $92.50 per head, which is
about 50 pounds.
$1.51. Dang.
Pretty good.
Both off.
Yeah. So, I mean, for an 80-pounder, that would be equivalent to
$120 a head.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is $1.50.
Okay. I don't know if
Jared
we even
wins.
should we even get points for that? We're so far off.
No, that's not right. That's not right.
What's not right?
It's not $1.50.
Yeah, a 60-pound pig at $90 a head is $1.50 a pound.
Oh. That is $1.50. Yeah.
So you were both off. No points.
No points.
Okay.
No pigs. No shoats. No shoats for either of us.
Next, we had high price for bred heifers at the Fort Pierre auction.
Ooh. What did we say?
You said 4,000.
That's way low.
Justin said 3,900.
Even further off.
5,600.
And what was the breed of the $5,600 heifers?
Yeah, it's from, John and Breezy, Miller, Angus, and Sturgis. They had 24 black heifers AI'd to calve on February 25th for one day.
Oh, I think there was some Herefords that sold for higher than that, though.
No way.
That's what Eric said, yeah.
Okay, this is on the first report, the first Saturday in Fort Pierre in December.
Okay. I think last week at Christmas, Eric was telling me that the week before, there was some commercial Herefords, bred commercial Hereford, like just every cowboy's dream, I guess, that brought like $58.50.
Sweet.
Yeah. The highest priced heifers to sell all year were commercial Herefords, bred Hereford.
Wow.
And if you talk to those feed yards, that's what they're wanting. That's no, none of them are saying that. But
Oh.
isn't that wild?
Those calves will be like the bottom of the feeder calf sale next year, but the heifers were the
15.
highest bred heifers.
In 15 is the same thing. The highest like one-off set of heifers that sold was commercial Hereford, bred Hereford.
Really?
Same thing. Like when the
Huh.
market gets hot, there's guys that just show up out of the woodwork and they probably get their cash out of the woodwork of their 100-year-old homes that haven't been updated, driving like square box 1980s Scottsdale Chevy pickups to town with steel trailers, and they haven't spent any money on anything since 2015 when they bought other commercial Hereford heifers, and they're like, here we are.
Yep, back at it. Let's go again.
Great granddaddy didn't settle this ranch and, hold it down for 130 years for us to
Good for them.
dispose.
Buy what you like.
Buy what you like.
Just go for it. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, next question. Will we get to the bottom of the drone mysteries?
This one was like a trip down memory lane, right?
Yeah, that's a thing I haven't thought about in a long time.
Yep.
Jared said we will not, but we'll know what they're looking for. Justin said there will be no clear answer, and it just fizzles away. Which kind of...
So,
but he said
this
the
thing was
military
weird.
knows.
Yeah, that's what Trump's answer was. Well, the military knows. Like, we know what this is. But nobody ever said really what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, things were just... There was drones, but then wasn't there also balloons?
Weather balloons.
Yeah. That was weird.
I heard it was China.
It was China.
So it was China.
Trump said a lot of stuff this last year. Holy crap. We could have had a prediction of the craziest thing Trump would say all year, and not even been close.
Yep.
Trump attacking ranchers and, causing a, technical top in the cattle market was not a thing based on a social media post on Truth Social. That was not a thing that I predicted for this year.
Yeah, he caused some disruption. No doubt about that.
It was so strange.
Gosh.
I don't even think it's done yet either. I'm sure it's still going to happen. Wild.
All right.
Yeah, it's fascinating he's got that much say of just his words. No action needed.
Yeah.
But he'll move the markets.
Mm-hmm.
He'll move policy just by threats. It's nuts.
Yep.
Do you think other presidents start to follow his actions that way? Like rather than trying to get something done through Congress, why don't I just tweet about it and see what happens first?
Well, between cattle and soybeans, like you could have, if you were just like a random person, like with access to look over his shoulder to the phone on what he's going to post next, you could have made some great trades.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Hillary Clinton got busted for trading fed cattle futures back in like the 90s.
Really?
Yeah. This is like the late 80s. She got busted on like an insider trading commodities kind of a scheme. Fed cattle.
Yeah.
I think they were still called fat cattle back then.
It would be easy to not play in when you had so much inside information.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what was that prediction? I forget. Drones? We went from drones to that? Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next one's kind of along the same lines a little bit. Tariffs. Which country will have the most tariffs imposed? Jared said, Trump will pick a fight with the EU on fashion and wine. Justin said China, and I don't know if we really have a clear answer on this one.
Justin gets a point on that one. Justin gets instead of picking a fight with fashion and wine, he picked a fight with feeder calves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh. Totally segued right into that one.
Yeah.
Next, date P. Diddy goes to jail.
Did he go to jail?
He is in jail currently. He went to jail on October 3rd.
How long?
He did. Diddy did go to
I think
jail.
I could be wrong, but I want to say it's only like 5 years.
Yeah. So like
Maybe I'm
2
wrong.
years after good behavior.
Yeah,
I
he
should
won't
look
get
it
off
up.
for 5. Jared's answer was great though. He said, uh, there will be some sort of accident before he gets to jail in July. He'll never make it.
He was sentenced 4 years and 2 months.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes like on that deal, the way it sounds like he should have went to jail for like ever. You know what I mean? Based on stuff that was going on. So it's almost like do a quick trial, send me to jail, and then they, what's the Fifth Amendment that prevents double jeopardy or something? And I'd be like, yeah, I can't get tried again. I did my time, my 2 years of good behavior. I'm
Yeah,
good. I'm forgiven forever.
that's about
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yep.
I think I should have went to jail for longer.
Yeah,
Nope.
probably.
Other people would have.
Did we have an Epstein one?
I don't think
We
so.
didn't have anything on the Epstein files.
Okay.
That could be a 2026 prediction.
Yeah.
Will they be released in full?
No way.
Yeah.
Nope.
But, like, it would be helpful to have something. Like a single person that did something wrong. I feel like that should happen.
Well, they just released photos, didn't they?
Yeah. Of the same people that we already knew that things were going on. I don't know. I guess it's not illegal to be in a hot tub. Bill Clinton's fine.
I think it can just go away. I don't even care.
You don't care?
No. I mean, I
Really?
just think that these elites that want to do whatever crap they want to do, like I know it's wrong and they should know it's wrong, but I don't care if it gets publicly announced or not. It doesn't really
I don't
matter
really
to
care
me.
about that, but I think all I want to know is like who was funding this? Like, was our government actually involved in funding and allowing and baiting people into an underage sex trafficking scheme? Like, I feel like as a taxpayer, we should know that. And not
Yeah,
do it again.
yeah, no, you're not wrong for sure.
Because if you don't like hold people accountable for doing it, then like, oh, well, it was fine.
Mhm.
Just do it again. Like, we shouldn't be doing that stuff.
No, we for surely should not. I just think it's gone along so far that do we ever catch up to it? And by that time, does it even matter? It just has gone so far where I've lost my care about it.
I think the only reason that matters is that if no one's held accountable for doing it once, then they'll just continue to do versions of this in the future again and again and again.
Yeah.
Because there was no consequences to it.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my questions I wrote down for 2026 was, will Tim Waltz be convicted of fraud?
That's a good one. Can we get into that one right now, or do we have to wait for the next segment?
I think we can get into it right now.
Yeah.
We're on it.
So I think he will, just because we have another 3 years of the same Republican administration to kind of hold his feet to the fire.
Yeah. And Trump just despises the dude.
Yeah.
So if he wants to bury him, he's going to go after him.
I know.
And the other thing that I think starts to entice Trump about all of it is just the demographics behind it and the Somalians involved in all the fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he wants to just stomp all over this, I think, and make something happen. So I can't wait. I love it.
Yeah.
Some of these clips that have, my home state, exactly, yeah. But some of these clips that have come out about people checking in and doing these checks on these daycares right now.
That's crazy.
It's bogus.
It's all over like my TikTok right now.
Yeah.
And the millions of dollars of taxpayer money that has funded these Somalians to do it is wild.
You said billions,
so I hope
right?
Trump just Billions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I did say millions, but it is billions.
It's
I saw
billions.
something that was like the entire GDP of Somalia.
Yes.
It's like, oh my.
Like it's bigger. It's bigger than the GDP of Somalia. The Somalian fraud potential from daycare
Jeepers
centers and other
creepers.
stuff is, and that include, and most of that goes to Somalia, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you have to subtract those dollars from the Somalian GDP to get the true Somalian GDP, which I don't know how you're going to figure that out. This is bizarre.
Yeah, it is.
This is so bizarre that Minnesota, like the whitest, most Scandinavian place, like on the planet outside of Scandinavia 40 years ago, is now embroiled in like intertribal politics and clan disputes in the middle of the city with a massive tens of billions of dollars. It's bizarre.
I think it all leads back to Waltz.
You
I mean,
think,
there's
like,
so many conspiracy theories about the ties with him and Somalians, and
oh yeah,
I mean, it's just a big ring. I think he's gonna come out.
Yeah, it is like the perfect story, like for Trump to go after. It's a political rival, someone that dared to run against him in president, right? It's Tim Walz,
Mm-hmm.
and then it affects on our open border, immigration policy from countries that don't assimilate well into U.S. culture values.
Yeah.
Traditional. I'm not saying. Well, I don't know. I haven't spent much time there, so I can't say. But it does seem like they have kind of created their own quarters there in Minneapolis. Not,
Oh, it's a hub.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got all the makings of everything that he wants to go after. He's going to keep that in the center of the news cycle for as long as he can.
Yep. Keep stirring it up.
I mean, that way we don't talk about why in the world are we possibly going to war with Venezuela. But I don't think that was a prediction last year, was it? That we would be contemplating a land invasion of a South American country.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a little bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah. Okay.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys had date of the Farm Bill completion. Jared said December 19th, and Justin said it would happen in 2026.
I hope I'm right.
Justin gets points. Yeah. A lot of talk out there now, like maybe we just don't do farm bills anymore. Like we update the 18 farm bill in these continuing resolutions. Like things get updated, money gets added. All the stuff, the big beautiful bill, the Build Back Better, all of them, the omnibus package, the continuing resolutions. They're all making tweaks, additions, and working on farm bill policy as they do them, to where most things are kind of done. Yeah. So then they just annually renew it with those changes. So we might not do a farm bill in a 5-year cycle like we have been. It's not how we really fund most anything else anyway.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many reactionary dollars being spent to things that are happening on demand with agriculture too, or programs, weather-related disaster programs. So, yeah, maybe you don't need one.
We don't.
It does give you some sort of long-term security to plan, though, doesn't it? I mean, to a point of.
Yeah, but if they don't open everything back up for discussion every 5 years, it maybe is more permanent than not. You know what I mean? Like there's tweaks and there's things that are added, but not a lot of stuff that comes away. So if you look at the big changes, and I can't speak to the details, it didn't affect me, but like dairy margin protection programs and stuff, things that got significantly revamped from time to time, where it was like top to bottom, like complete redo. Those things probably aren't going to happen anymore, right?
Yeah.
And
that's true.
From what I can tell, there really hasn't been much in the farm bill that's taken out. Everything has just been added to it in these funding packages and stuff. So it just gets renewed on autopilot. I think we have the same with very few tweaks. I think we have basically the same farm policy for the foreseeable future. which I think is bad. But
Yeah, but you have a base.
they don't get into the big debates, the structural changes in these like 1-year extensions and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think it actually might be some more certainty than you think.
What do you think? We've had some discussions about grasslands and set aside acres. Without a farm bill, do you see any sort of new things happening with CRP, their practices, and how the program actually functions?
I mean, all it would take is a single line item change in like set aside acres, CRP funding, CRP changes to increase those acres. And I think it would be, I've talked about it before, but I've got a little bit of a side project working with the Grasslands Initiative. I think we're really, really, really in a bad spot for a long time in ag in this country for row crops if we don't figure out how to stop growing so many of them. Because if we don't get like significant export markets back for soybeans, we're exporting 52% of our soybeans up till this year, and I know we're crushing more, but we have more crush capacity coming online, and soybean meal is trading at like $2.90 right now. Like the stuff is getting so cheap that the only reason to do it is for oil. The only reason to make soybean oil is because of biodiesel federal subsidies. Like there's a entire complex of our system that is really only existing due to a lot of set of subsidies programs. And I don't know, if we have a couple years of good weather and South America does too, we could be in really weird territory from grain pricing standpoint, almost like the new reference prices and crop insurance become what LDPs were, to where you raise a crop at a loss every single year, but squeak by because of prop up subsidies.
Yeah.
And then what are we going to do? We're importing the equivalent of 5 million head of beef cattle every year between harvest-ready cattle from Canada, feeder calves from Mexico, and net beef imports from other countries. So we're 5 million head of cattle short, yet every major grain commodity, we're exporting 30% of corn and corn products, 52% of soybeans, 80% of cotton, double digits on wheat, and huge percentage of the sorghum. Like everything we raise is for exports, and we're no longer a reliable trading partner to the rest of the world because of our tariff shenanigans. And yet we're still breaking up every pasture that comes up for sale that doesn't have an easement on it in my part of the world to have less cows and grow more of the subsidized grains. It's wild. Like there needs to be if you really wanted to fix farm policy and stop doing these bridge payments and stuff, you absolutely have to change the acreage matrix. And you have to get tens of millions of acres of poor quality cropland out of wheat, sorghum, corn, soybeans into grass to try and put another 5 million head of feeder calves on the ground in this country that consume products. But I don't know if anybody's going to do it. That is one of those things, like that is probably one of those complex long-term strategic things that a farm bill discussion might bring about that maybe these 1-year extensions don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome thought. I think ultimately if beef prices at the supermarket get too high, we start to see corrections. But why not try to keep them high but also still raise more? And so if we can create more perennial pasture while also taking acres out of crop production, it's a better thought, I think. I don't know.
I don't think there's any stabilization to the farm economy that doesn't involve that. And I don't think the free market forces have any pull anymore on what people do. I mean, like I said, all the pastures around me that have sold in the last year and a half, up to 5 of them now, every pasture that didn't have a perpetual easement on it is now a corn and soybean field, including stuff sold 3 weeks ago, right? It's going to go into crop protection. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
And I asked
No.
that question, I think I talked about this, but like down at Dakota Fest, I asked our legislative representatives, senators, and Jesse Johnson, our representative, like, I don't think these are market decisions. I don't think farmers are even conditioned to make free market decisions on land use anymore. I think it's 100% due to capturing subsidies that you've offered. So you're going to have to subsidize the solution because you subsidize the problem.
Sure. Yeah.
If you got to a little bit better, land use distribution, and you could actually let kind of grains creep up in the market on their own,
Yeah.
with some off of the market, then you could start to like peel back some of the subsidies, the bridge payments, the disaster payments, and everything. But you can't right now because it's just a big Jenga game. And so the underlying support for grain prices isn't high enough to keep land prices and inputs rolling steady. So you just got to do quantitative easing and throw money at it. I don't think that's a prediction. I don't know what the prediction is there, Grace. I don't know how to quantify that. My prediction is that the quandary that I just described becomes a lot more apparent a year from now than it is today. That a lot of people start looking at it. You're starting to see it more now. Thought leaders in ag policy are going, ooh, there is nothing on the horizon that's going to drastically boost wheat prices, drastically boost corn, soybean prices. There is nothing. There's no story. There's nothing to talk about other than we might have a crop failure. But as soon as we get stocks up high enough, the crop failure doesn't matter as much. That we're going to have to do something different.
So your prediction is there's going to have to be some sort of set aside program that actually uses beef. Or
Well,
it's not a true CRP program. It's a pasture-based program that pays for
they'll have to do a
grass.
set. My
Oh, that's
prediction is
crazy.
that they're going to have to start having a national conversation about a set aside program that is going to address the oversupply of grains. The smart thing to do is be to couple that as not a set aside program, but a build the American cow herd back program based on
Yeah.
a shortage of beef cattle. That would be far preferable as just a resident of rural America, so that we don't just evacuate the place again like
Yeah.
we did in the 80s. But time will tell whether that happens or not, or it's just let's just get the acres out of production.
I think the other wild card factor that has never been on the table is energy and its need for land, or what is next for, I don't know, the next technology in land use that builds more energy too. I'm saying like what other than solar farms requires land that creates more energy efficiently than what we're doing right now. Like that's the next big thing too, as far as global needs for our society is we just need more power. So
Yeah,
food is one thing, but energy is.
Well, okay, so let's talk about data centers, solar farms that are feeding data centers, the AI technology and stuff that's going on. My question is whether the amount of data processing that we need to have a functioning AI type system is actually as big as what we're creating, or if we're building a capacity for 1,000 or 10,000 companies to try to all make their own AI, right? Because they're trying to train their own models in their own system to make an AI that will have a value in the marketplace. But my guess is that AI becomes like every other major tech thing where there's only one, right? There's one Google, right? There's one Microsoft. There's one that dominates at the end. So think about it this way: if there was 10,000 companies trying to replicate Microsoft and create an operating system for PowerPoint and Word and Excel, if there was 10,000 companies trying to create that, that would employ a massive amount of software engineers to try to build that. Far more than it would take to maintain and distribute Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. So
Sure.
is the demand for the AI for the data centers due to the fact that this is what it would cost to have one general AI or a couple of companies doing a general AI? Or is it because there's 10,000 companies trying to create their own AI in the AI race, to where we might be building excess capacity at some point because we're trying to train too many different things?
Yeah.
Whereas once one actually works and it becomes the dominant one that most everybody uses, does it really need that much capacity? How much of the capacity is actually the build-up to building it versus the operation of it in the future? Because that's one of the biggest bubbles of all time right now, is what's going on in the AI space.
Yep. Yeah.
And
That's
the
good.
stock
AI
market
regulations.
questions are more. Okay, go ahead. AI regulations.
Do you think we'll see those in the next year?
Well, Trump is like promised to like not let anybody do it because a lot of states want to do it, and he's like, no. If you do AI regulation, it would kill the momentum. That's what's driving stock prices, and he's like basically threatened to sanction states if they try to limit this, which is a bit crazy. That's not the role of the federal government, but it's happening.
Unprecedented times.
Yeah.
Next question.
Sure. What? I don't even remember what question we started on there.
We started at Farm Bill.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Sure. Feeder pigs. I'd have been funny if we started at feeder pigs.
Well, we're going in a different direction now. Sioux Falls regional livestock price of a 130-pound wool lamb on April 1st.
So April 1st was a dumb date, and I think you said that last time. There's just nothing traded in spring for fat lambs.
Jared said $2.01. Justin said $2.25. And Jared was right. It's $2.01.
It was dead on.
You're dead on. I mean, I found, like,
Oh yeah.
you're just looking at market reports. So, yeah. The sheep market's exciting.
Finally.
Yeah. I mean, not never before. Rarely does this market trend up towards the end of the year, and all fall it gradually increased. It still is increasing. So through the spring, like it normally increases, it should still in 2026. So we should still see some good prices. Yeah. Feeder lamb prices are great right now.
It's exciting.
Next, we had value of the global beef tallow market. Jared had 12 billion. Justin had 11.2 billion. You were both low. It was 15 billion.
Wow.
Really took off.
Big. Go Maha.
Will mullets or mustaches be more popular?
It seems like mustaches are coming back.
Yeah, and so we talked about like how would we actually know, and so based off of the office poll of who has more mustaches or mullets, it's mustaches.
I don't think
there are
anyone
more
has
Millborn mustaches. I don't think so. Yeah, we're a mullet-less Millborn,
maybe some,
but not mustache-less.
Okay, last question from last time.
Yep.
And then you have some other ones, don't you, Justin?
Yeah.
Will TikTok get banned? And you both said yes. Did not.
Technically, it did for a day, didn't
Well, true.
Oh yeah.
We didn't say permanently banned. It did get banned for one full day, right?
Huh.
So that's a point
So,
for each of you.
That's points.
Yeah, I guess we're both right. It got banned.
Then we
Winner was Justin.
What?
Congrats, man.
Man.
Happy free.
What?
I says happy for him. He's congratulating him on his big win.
That's a big win. So I didn't think of any new egg questions because we're basically just guessing prices and stuff. And I was trying to think back to what were some of the biggest egg stories, and we kind of covered some of them in the podcast. I mean, the big beautiful bill was probably the big one, and then I think just cattle prices in general too, and then some of the stuff that we talked about with the disruption of Trump's tweets of saying cattle prices or meat prices are too high and the effects it had all the way through the markets. It's nuts.
So, question: do you think we'll make new highs in either feeder cattle or fat cattle
I think we'll
in
get
2020?
close. I think we'll get really close. I don't know. Will we make new highs? Yeah, I think we'll make new highs.
Okay, I don't think we'll make new highs.
I think like, yeah, end of January, February. If we're gonna see them, that's the time.
Maybe. Let's take cash out of the equation. I want to go back because it's easier to track on the futures, right?
Yeah,
It's easier
okay.
to act like this is the moment. I think that we'll look back for years to the Trump tweets on the cattle market and say this was the high, and the
Okay.
boss man said no. And every time we get there, I think you're going to have a huge chunk of the speculative traders be like, okay, we can't go there, right? We can't go there. We can't go past this. I think it'll be like a weird psychological top for us for
Might be.
a full cycle.
Might
I think we can get right close to it. I just don't think we can break through.
Yeah.
For fear
I think-
of more trades.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you stay away from it just so you don't go so low again.
Yeah.
I had one other question for prediction. Will Ozempic or tirzepatide still be on the shelf in 2026, at the end of 2026?
Yes.
I say yes too.
Yeah? All
Yeah.
right.
I say yes, although I don't think the usage. I think people are more aware of like the pitfalls of it. I
Yeah.
don't think the usage is going to be near what they projected. Like, so for example, like the entire economy of Denmark is having a tough year because there was so much speculative optimism for I think it's Novo Nordisk, I think, that produces the GLP-1s, has the patent for Ozempic. In
Okay.
like 2023-24, the stock price is like kind of what Nvidia's been doing now, right? Which is off the charts, and they're still making piles of money. It just wasn't crazy good pitch amount. So I think it's still on the shelves, and I think it has a moderate increase, but I don't think it goes away.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to pull it off the shelves now once people are on it, because
Oh,
you would
gosh,
have
yeah.
horror stories of people like ballooning back up to 400 pounds. Well, I mean, right? Like people stay on it.
Yeah.
It's part of your life. I think a lot of times when you start taking
Really?
it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
yeah. It's not like take it for 6 months, get thin, and then you're good.
Hmm.
This is why it's such an attractive drug, and why it's so incredibly crazy to think about using as a tool for an overweight teenager.
Jeez Louise. That's scary. So like you're saying if you do stop taking it, you're more likely to start gaining weight?
Well, yeah, it's basically an appetite suppressor, like pretty much, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my understanding of it. It just don't makes you
Yeah.
not
So
hungry.
if you stop taking it,
You're gonna get hungry.
Then it comes back.
Cookie
you're gonna get
monster.
hungry.
Yeah. So, like for a 55-year-old, morbidly obese person with a high heart attack risk, it's like, okay, you should get on this because you're like, it's not good if you don't, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the next 5 to 8 years are going to be hard for you to survive at the weight that you're in. So it's a choice, and like, all right, nothing else is working, like it works. But if you're like 19, 29, 39,
That's probably not a good option.
probably not great.
Ugh.
But hey, neither is being overweight either. So.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Some worse things.
What else, Jared? Do you have any other predictions or any other what's
Um,
trending for 2026 that you think we should predict?
Okay. I think we should do. Okay, we did Tim Walls already.
I got one. Maybe it should
okay,
be the
what's
last
that?
question. You go first.
I don't know if I had one. I'm just trying to think of one.
All right. Over
What?
under. Ready?
Yep.
Over under 4 episodes that Roots and Ruminants records.
I'm going to go with 8.
We're going way over. All right.
I was going to take the under.
Grace is the realist that tries to keep us on schedule, and we fail.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess, I mean, the goal of this podcast was to get back on and see where it goes. So maybe we'll do just that.
If you enjoyed hearing us again, let us know your feedback.
There you go. Yeah.
And what you'd like to see in the coming year.
Yeah. 2025 is, I mean, we had some, I actually looked back at all the podcasts that we did. At the beginning of the year, we had some all-star guests, and we were rocking it there for a little bit. And then, yeah, things do get busy, summer, fall. But maybe we can get on it this winter, get a bunch of guests in, and try to crank out a bunch, because the winter time's the time to do that too. But yeah, certainly very appreciative of all of our listeners. We do get some good feedback, and then we had some great feedback when we weren't doing podcasts too. So that's good to hear too, that people were listening to them and they wanted to hear more. So appreciate those as well.
Good.
Any closing comments?
No. Let's bring on another year.
All right.
See what she brings.
Well, we hope you enjoyed another episode of the Roots and Ruminants podcast. Let us know what you thought of it. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those social media things. And, if you ever have any questions, just give us a call. We've got a toll-free number here at 888-498-7333. Be glad to hear from you. Thank you.